Okay, I'm back, although I'm gonna wait a scooch while we wait for everyone to reconnect and refresh and all that. Man, oh man. That is annoying. Whoops. So while you guys are away, I did go and grab those stack inserters. Just waiting for the numbers to come up to show that people are actually back. This Twitch may or may not auto restart correctly for people. They may have to refresh. I didn't actually put down the train stop. There we go. Sometimes it's got funny placement rules, and you can find out that something happened, and all of a sudden nothing's going to place the way we want. That is everything we need to get this going, right? I think so. I'm going to blueprint this. As unload. Because barring weird things with logistics and things like that, that is going to be our standard train unloading station over here. Let me refresh my page here so I can confirm the viewer count. Because for some reason, Twitch doesn't always update the viewer count for me. Until I've refreshed the page at least once. Okay. Done, done, done. So this is coal drop-off. As for now, we still don't have any automation. Oh, that's a train icon. I guess it's track. All right, fair enough. Maybe. Coal pickup. I'm looking for until full drop off until empty, and your goal will be to go there. Of course, the station isn't actually connected to anything right now. Yeah, actually, let me do this part first. The offline follow channel? Yeah. I gotta talk to my SP. We've been getting a few more of these drops lately, and they're all, you know, they're just like 3 or 4 minutes of downtime. A couple of times a day. But, like, this shouldn't be. Oh, you're over here. Okay. Do. Grab you. Trim this back ever so slightly, and then grab our t-junction blueprint. So. And if I connect this, the train should start moving. There it goes. I mean, no train needs to use this yet, but put it down anyway. Ditto here. Nothing actually needs to use this, but what the heck, right? And then I'm just going to make sure I've got the signals going in and out of the junction. Oh. So watch there be a train coming up. You. Oh. You should have a chain signal right here. Why are you red? Oh, because there's no way out because these are all single blocks. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. If I did this. Actually, I don't want it that far, I guess, because of things. But if there was a separate block there, then you would change color. And yeah, okay, everything would be good. Again, let me just do these exits. I guess I'll finish this, because this will likely be an actual line later on. I strongly suspect. And even if it's not, it doesn't really hurt anything other than using the material up for the signals. That's not really a heartbreak. Confirm that this is all one color. No, it's not. See that? We're missing that part. There you go. And if we had the signals inside, then this would be split up into subgroups. But as long as the t-junction by itself is one color, at least it will correctly function as a t-junction. Won't be as optimal as it will be when we get the other signals down, but honestly, that's mostly what the bots are for. They're there to place all those finicky little bits, and then I'll import a proper blueprint as well, just in case mine uses too many or too few or wrongly placed signals. Done and done. Thanks, Ledro. We're doing coal in 8 lanes. Well, because a station, our standard station is going to be set up to unload 4 cars on both sides, which naturally makes 8 lanes of stuff. Almost certainly it won't be used. We're not going to use 8 lanes of coal in any way whatsoever. Done, done, done. In fact, I may not even bother hooking up the other side. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do another, like, sort of, you know, non-maximum throughput 8 to 4 balancer. Mostly because the 4 to 4 balancer will at least, again, give us like 90% of what we're looking for. This is a little weird to build with that. Like, doesn't look quite right to me, but I think it's okay. That looks vaguely okay. All right. So, let me clean up all these small poles. Actually, may not even disconnect things. Well, this will. Rather use the large ones for long distance transmission. You can go away. You can go away. That does need to be there. You can get cleaned up there and there. Okay. I want this patch to empty first anyway. What I could do is a bit of a priority unloader to make sure this gets used up first. Maybe I will do one, just in case something really terrible and tragic happens, and I've, like, missed the fact that all the coal was being used up in a really silly way. What I'm going to do, not on this one, maybe on the other one. This will only unload coal from my train station if there's nothing else coming in over here. So these guys are going to get first crack at doing that. Actually, if I'm going to do this, I shouldn't do this here. I should do this, actually, just for the power one. And once this area gets mined out, all this is going to get stripped out and redone. Unfortunately, that thing's a little close. There you go. I just don't want to run out of coal going to the power. You know, there's a lot of spaghetti going on over here. There you go. So, this coal from the train will only get unloaded if there's no coal on this middle thing, which will only happen once this runs dry. So, at some point when this runs dry, we're not suddenly going to run out of power, because we're still going to be grabbing coal from this. I mean, the rest of the system, the smelting and stuff will shut down, but that'll be the, okay, time to go and tear all this down, and then feed directly from these lines properly. But we're ready to go, and it's just the same thing, the reason when we set this up over here, wasn't that we netted this iron quite yet. But if we suddenly ran out of iron, and we are running super low on here, we're down to 500,000? That's going to go fast. Then the whole thing could come screaming to a halt. And it's even worse with the coal situation. So now we're covered. There's not going to be a coal disaster once that patch runs out. Lovely. Let's get an extra train signal or two. Just to be ready for later. I suppose you can have one wait here. That's fine. And then have another one wait, say, over here. That's going to be fine too. Groovy. Okay. Blue science? Future-proofing spaghetti is tasty spaghetti. It's the most delicious spaghetti. It's a little bolognese on top of everything. So yeah, what's probably going to happen later is, in fact, we'll find a proper blueprint for an 8-to-4 balancer. And then what's probably going to happen is 2 lines of coal are going to keep feeding our power. I mean, 1 is really all we need, but I might do that. And then 2 will probably go to the smelting in some way. You know, 1 into this, and then another one will run sort of parallel, just like we've got going on here. Basically, these 2 lines of coal will come in from there, and then we'll send 2 up to the power. Which it goes to the power, and it also goes to some of our oil processing. Okay. Orange soda. It is, it's actually grapefruit. Oh yeah, I don't have the dynamic zoom on it. So it didn't zoom in on the can. Because the dynamic zoom on my camera tends to do the wrong thing. And I have to, like, reset it by, like, doing one of those. Hey, you're back with some more coal. Lovely. Okay. So what I want to do from the start of the stream is work on blue science. But this is all really important stuff. Now, for blue science, what I think is going to happen is I'm going to belt some sulfur. So we need to make sulfuric acid, which means I need iron, right? Yeah. No, hold on. Never mind. Okay, it's sulfuric acid that needs the iron. We need some water, which we can get from over here, or there's actually already a water pipe. Yeah, there's already a water pipe going over here. We can just pile on that. So let's make a tingy here. So this is going to be you. You're going to be making sulfur. So you need 2 different inputs, so there needs to be a gap in between, because otherwise it won't fit properly. We will have something like that, and like that, and the undergrounds are going to work, you know, this. That. And then from here, we're going to have water that flows into there. Now, how quickly do you produce? You produce 2 every second. A red belt can have 30 per second per side. So if we have 15 of these, that's going to fill up 30 per side, right? Good chat. I'm counting on you to double check my math. I think we're correct. I may not have grabbed enough of these. About right? I don't like the about part of that. It might just be that you speak like I do. Like, I don't like giving away absolute things, because it's like, well, I never know for sure, and it's this sort of skeptical scientist, you know, it's like, oh, I think and probably and whatever, but... Oh, no, I do have some more. Okay. I thought I had grabbed a lot. One missing! One missing! Damn it. Alright. The pipe stuff is a little bit fiddly. Although, I always find that the sort of pipe weaving to feel very satisfying once it gets done, you know? Bots, bots, my life for bots. My kingdom for some bots. Well, I mean, yeah, building them and then checking the numbers, but it's like, it makes 2, it crafts in 1 second. No, that seems to check out. Although maybe I will hook up just a few of these. Well, the water's going to be kind of annoying, because the piping for it is going to come from different sides regardless, so I sort of kind of have to do all the piping. Unless I just want to run a complete dummy line. But yeah, maybe I won't hook everything up, but the last 2 at the end. So, and then from here... until we hit the water. I mean, we could do a separate pipe, a separate pump, but I think we're going to be okay in terms of pumping limits over here and pressure. Okay, water's a go. Build only part of this, leave the rest of the bots. Yeah, that might be too. Because we don't need infinitude sulfur early on. Okay. You definitely need... Well, I guess the yellow would work because of the inserter bonus, right? Because they should grab 2 per swing. Yep. Yep. All right, sulfur is a go. And yeah, I think, well, I probably need some more belts. I am just going to belt it to the bus. Autosave. Messed up my mouse there. Well, I moved my mouse during the autosave, but because I lost focus. Zoom out a little. A tree in the way. Nope, we're good. Now, I do have to spaghettify my way down to the bus for this, but we should be okay. Well, something like this. Move over a little. Come back down. Actually. One back. And... I think I can actually reach from here to here, because that's 6 wide currently. We may have to make a change later, but that's going to be fine for now. So, sulfur's coming in on this. Yep, there it is. And that's the end of that. Little gear factory. I know! Isn't it cute? Oh, shit, that's too much. Hold on. There you go. 1,000's going to be good for now, otherwise I'll have inventory problems. Yeah, my little gear factory. There's not quite enough room with the layout I did for 4 lines of output. There's probably another way, or if they weren't as long or something, I could fit 4, but it works out the 3 over here, and that's okay. All right, you're coming down over here. Good, good, good. Boom. Underground. I mean, I guess actually, well, all right, let me have you come out here, but then I'll do this. There you go. A gap of 2. Oh, those trees did not get in the way. Can I go all the way underneath this cliff? I can. And then, yeah, over here, the bus organization changes. The cliff-induced spaghetti over here. But there we go. All right, so we got some sulfur somewhere over here, which we can use for a variety of different projects. We'll scale that up in a scooch, but... where are my factories? Right over here. Let's get some more Factorissimos. This is going to be my blue science. Right here, I'll leave a bit of a gap. I guess it can be aligned. That's fine, right? I mean, I guess. Stretch you out as long as we can. And just put a little thingy over here so you're plugged in. Excellent. I haven't decided yet if I like the look of the Factorissimo factories or not, if I'd rather actually just be able to, you know, see everything at work at a glance. But I said that I would try the Factorissimo mod this time. I mean, it is potent. Let's not deny that. Yes, you can put a factory inside of a factory. We do have recursion level 1. It would have to be currently a smaller factory, but we can put a size 1 factory inside of a size 2. This is a size 2 factory, hence all the numbers. So yeah, you can totally do crap like that, which is kind of interesting. Okay, so we are here to make some blue science. Now, our blue science packs have 3 inputs. Blue science takes... okay. You get 2 every 24 seconds. So if I had 12 of these labs, I'd be making 1 per second, right? But I want to make 2 per second, so I need 24 of these. That's a lot. How much room did this take up? Okay, let's assume you're going to need inputs. Then you'll need, well, these... Actually, I guess these inputs can just come to a dead end. That's fine. Then at some point, this is going to have to get outputted in some way. Based on some line somewhere. I don't know where it is. Okay, that's fine. So, I can squeeze you to right here. Like this. 2, 4, 8, 12. Oh yeah, that's fine. Blue does have a different batch size. It gives me 2, but it's 24-second cycle time. So if I had 12 of them, that would be 1 per second. So if I have 24 of them, it's 2 per second. Because like 24 is the crafting time, and you get 2 per. So yeah, 24. So all right, this tells me my spacing I need for this. Again, if the math is wrong, please speak up now before I do too much work. But no, I think that's correct. Something vague like this. All right, so chemical science pack. I'm still gonna call you blue. I do call the gray ones military because I think they're newer, but you know, boom. And chemical's not really doesn't really stick to it. The military one does make a lot of sense. You're like, yeah, okay, so it's all military text. Okay, so now to do this, let me just. Sulfur's fine. The red circuits are fine. We're all just going to input those directly. No biggie. The engine units we're going to have to build in place. For 24 of them, so they're basically doing 1 cycle per second. Each cycle needs 2 engines, so we need to make 2 engines per second, right? So what does an engine actually need? Got 3 inputs. And it takes how long? 10 seconds per one. And I need 2 per second. So I'm going to need 20 things building engines. Right? Is that going to leave enough room for it over here? Yeah, it's going to be fine. Actually, the easiest way would be to do it this way. And flip you around. Okay, no one has seemingly posted a correction, so presumably we're okay. Ooh, do I have enough room? Ah, no! Okay. Let's see, because the only thing I have to produce in here is engines, right? So there's no reason for me to just, like, shove it onto the wall like this. We've got all the room. We've got the rest of this factory just to build engines, because everything else is just raw material that we're going to import directly. Yeah, I mean, recursion might be a thing, too, although I actually don't know if the small station has the length to do 10 like that in a row. But, so let's say I just do 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, there's lots of room there. And then one of those. 5 left on the cursor, so that's correct. Okay. And then that'll get fed into there somewhere. And there's lots of room. Get some inputs over there. Well, I said, oh, the only thing we need is the engine, but I guess the engines need pipes, right? I think everything else is a raw input. Yeah. So, for the pipes, so we have 20 of the... Yeah, okay. We have 20 of these. So we're making 2 cycles per second. So we need 4 pipes per second. These generate 2 per second each. So if we just have 2, that'll do it. We can do something like bring in iron right over here, maybe. Grab. This is 1 second? Or, yeah. You get 1 per half second. So that, I think, does all the pipes we need. What we can do is... Actually, let me flow you the other way around for a sec. You can do this. And what can happen here is you just meet up something and do something like that. Is throughput going to be an issue at all? No, not in any way whatsoever. Okay. Because, like, I was trying to decide, you know, where would be the best place to split or whatever, but we should be fine here. And like that. So, gears, and then we can just bring steel in on this. Got some bits. Who the bits? It's the bits from Plague! Quill is going to write something funny here, but I'm playing to build them up. And yes, the gears, we are bussing the gears. Which I hadn't done before, and I'm pretty pleased with. It's actually turned out to be incredibly convenient, and yeah, the gears are very compact. So we want the gears on this one. Ink. Well, we'll find out if we made a mistake in a second. But I think we want gears on this one. And then I think I just want steel plates over here. Yeah, okay. I don't normally do it this way because it does take up some space. That's probably better than building a bunch of undergrounds. Okay. Oh, you need one of those. Now, you don't need, like, yeah, you need very little material. Okay, I was going to say, we're not, you know, are things on the right sides or whatever. You don't even need that. You can do it with just yellows. Okay, and you're working. Yeah, well, it's one of the Factorissimo upgrades, so you don't have to worry about doing the electricity. Basically, this pillar here covers the whole thing. That is one of the advantages, definitely, of the Factorissimo, you don't have to deal with the electric poles. Not that it would be a problem. It's just one less thing to click. But, I mean, once you get medium poles, there's no issues with electrification. So, oh, yeah, we need, like, why isn't it working? Because I still need the long inserters. Oops, no, not that. Shift-C, just in case I had anything in my inventory. Alright, you are now dropping engines. Now you... Right, sulfur, circuits, engines, good. Let's get sulfur and circuits to come in on those 2 bits over here. It was red circuits, yeah? Yeah, red circuits. I'm going to do you back there. Do that. And that over there. Once we do the other side of the sulfur production, it'll be balanced, but we could also throw a balancer in there somewhere along the way. Boom, boom. And the inputs, it doesn't need lots of anything, right? Technically needs little sulfur, but the production cycle is so long, yeah. So it doesn't matter, because if there's something that you need a lot of, I'd put it on the close one, so I could grab it with either blue inserters or even stack inserters, but it turns out it's not an issue in any way whatsoever. So I'll just go ahead and... Well, maybe I'll keep you as individuals for a second. It doesn't matter. The throughput requirements are so low. Let's say we can do the thing that we do with the smelting, where we have, let's see, like that, and like that. If throughput was an issue, that's the better way. It doesn't really matter, though. But what the heck, right? Those. Then that way. That way. Whoops. Okay. And we can totally use yellows for all this because the cycle times and the throughput basically requirements are super duper low. The material to make these factories is huge. Like, you've definitely more than paid for the electrical cables that you're saving from not putting down here. Because what's the price of this medium one? It's 250 steel. You actually have to input 50 big electric poles and 1,000 stone bricks. So yeah, it definitely is not abusive that you get the power in there, because it's basically like you've got something on virtually every tile of this building. Okay, and productivity modules. Thank you very much for the reminder, because there is indeed a good chance I would have forgotten. And I've got them in my inventory. Now, I can't put productivity modules in... Oh, I can put them in these! Right, because I guess it doesn't count as... Yeah, that's interesting. And doesn't screw up the math. If anything, it's the ones without productivity modules. No, productivity modules... I don't remember. Do they work slower and use more power, but they get the freebies? Yeah. It is a little slower, but you get a freebie, so it uses less material. And we don't actually care about the speed these things get produced. But saving some material would be nice. So we can't put them in here, which means we'll overproduce these, and that's fine. We can put them in here, which is okay. I mean, there'd be no reason to put a productivity modules in something, like, earlier in the thing, because then it wouldn't produce fast enough to keep up, but these things are going to run slow because of those. And you guys are very slowly producing. Why do you have the exclamation mark as if you're bottlenecked? Shouldn't these things be green? Maybe they don't show up green until they've completed one cycle. God, 24 seconds is so slow. Yeah, it adds more power requirement too, but that's fine. Maybe the bottleneck gets confused inside of a Factorissimo. Yeah, because these should be green. It must be the Factorissimo. Is it not enough power? Is it possible? Holy shitballs! Remember when we started the stream, we're at 20%. Admittedly, the miners weren't working, but oh, yeah, so it is being bottlenecked by power. Okie dokie. Well. There you go. Let's go out and shotgun her. Our additional pylons. I mean, really, well, yeah, I should straight shot it out here. And then just north of these, just gonna move the radar. Still want one up here? I'll do that. I mean, whether you zigzag or do straight with one single corner, the amount of pieces you're going to use is exactly the same. This sort of uses up more screen space, but doesn't require... No, don't... Well, I mean, it doesn't actually matter, I guess. But, no, it sort of matters. Okay. You can do that. You'll do that. I want mining productivity first, because it's going to make all of our patches last longer, is what this is. Mining productivity basically gives you free resources. It's very nice. Inspired me to try Factorissimo, give it a try. Decided to do Bob and Angel's run. See, Bob's and Angels, I think, would really benefit a lot from Factorissimo because it has so many stupid intermediary steps to every little thing you do. Oh, I actually need to, like, make more power. And I currently don't have any being produced anywhere. So, stone furnaces, which I might actually have in a box somewhere. Some extra stone furnaces, hold on. Yeah, I was gonna say. Pretty sure I do. So, we want 1, 2, 3, 4 times 5 boilers. And then we need a fairly significant amount of the engines, which we could save ourselves a little bit of production time if I pick up some pipes, which are over here. Indeed they are. Fix power connection to the top row. I mean, things just wouldn't be working at all, right? So here I want 10, 20, 30, 40. Okay, done and done. Power production to the top row, I don't know what you mean. I mean, we'd be seeing blinkies if anything's not producing. Now that we got blue science being produced, although the blue science production rate won't be where we want it yet. I guess I can drive a car on this. I always forget you can drive on like the undergrounds and the splitters. Okay, there's that. Yeah, we're not producing sulfur very quickly right now, but yeah, we are basically on the cusp of getting bots in pretty much seconds. We need to get battery production going. Oh, I hope I have the material for a pump. I forgot about that. Yeah, offshore pump. Good, good, good. So, let me grab this. Here, just to make sure I've got room for the pump thing. Where'd that go? Right over here. Yeah, that'll work. Oh, nope, never mind. Oh, because it's overlapping the steam output. Yeah, fair enough. And I've lost the pump again. Weird that there's not a spot over here. But I guess that'll work okay. I don't have enough belts. Oh, are some of these boilers? Oh! That's why I never finished my my pipes over here. There was something missing. Good eye, good eye, good eye. There we go. Now they're all animating. That's the thing to check for. Okay. So we're actually good on power, though I should still build the next one because we are going to need it soon. Let me get back some of my belts by just doing something that's just saved me a trip. I mean, the undergrounds use more material, but I don't have it on me, so... And yeah, we may as well hook this up. That close. There we go. Don't let me forget the pipes. I'll do them as soon as the boilers are down. One inserter is not on the underground. Oh, yeah, right over there. Thank you. I like to do the inserters before the power, because the blinking makes it obvious that there's not a ghost there anymore. Because the ghost versus solid inserter, because the graphics are fairly small, sometimes I have a hard time spotting it. Like, these are pretty noticeable, but again, it still helps, you know. The blinking confirms that it exists, but is missing something. I know there wasn't a ghost image there, but I'm still surprised I didn't put one down. I think the ghost placement overrides the normal smart placement. Yeah, that's probably what happened there. They're all going. They are not actually connected to the grid. There we go. Get that smoke happening. And I'm going to get a backup connection of our big cables going over here, just in case something destroys something somewhere. All right, yeah, we now have 115 megawatt capacity. That's great. So this, I'm pretty happy with it. Yeah, I know I built over the ghost image, but normally when you click and drag, like if I do this, right? Well, that's not the great way because right now it'll put over things. But if you end up putting a power cable, if it detects that there's a machine that doesn't have power and range, it correctly places them to feed power to everything. Which is why I thought, oh, it'll auto-fill in that bit I missed. Oh, I should have picked up another chemical factory while I was out there. And right, I was going to say, how come it's not lining up to equal numbers? Oh, fuck, I don't have enough of these yellows either. Okay, well, that's fine. I'll have to come back. I don't remember what I was saying. Oh yeah, when I was dragging, I figured it would put it in there anyway because it would be something unpowered, which is normally what it does. Like now that I've got those inserters set up, if I just drag across here, it will correctly place things, not necessarily at maximum reach, but to make sure that everything gets powered, which is lovely. I think what I'll do, just in case there's an issue now, just in case there's an issue later, I'll do a balancer. Ideally, I'd like to do it at the corner because it uses slightly less material, but you know what, that's a million miles away. So we're just going to go ahead and... Come on. Do one of those. Very fiddly. Going to be very easy for miss something in sequence. And I don't have enough of those either. Okay. But that's fine, because clearly we actually have stupid amounts of sulfur production. Because, yeah, it makes sense. We only need Did we only need 1 sulfur per cycle? So we need like 2 sulfur per second, and we're making way more than that right now? Yeah, so we're actually fine here. We'll go and fill this in later on, but clearly we're okay. We've got the blue science going. I do want to get the mining productivity first. Oh, something just kickstarted. Maybe it had run out of sulfur for a bit, or something else. Or the power. Oh, yeah, it's going in waves. Yeah. It's kind of plopping out, you know, 24 every 24 seconds or something. Or I guess 24 every 12 seconds is kind of how it's coming out. There you go. Now it's a little bit more in sequence. Oh, and then we have a shit ton of blue back here anyway. Yeah, okay. So it's just the research speed. That's the thing. We got a backlog of the science. That's lovely. All right, I can probably just go and stock up on everything that's missing. You didn't see that. Don't want my insurance rates to go up. Let's see here. 100 of those. Oh, I didn't realize we were double stacking those. There we go. That's plenty. Yes, that's fine. 100 yellows is probably okay. Oh! Oh, right, I forgot. This one's all effed up. I should do something else. Well, hold on. Let me do this. Let me do this. Let me do this again. Unless I have another box somewhere for the reds till we get this stuff straightened out. I don't know. Let's get some more stack inserters. A lot, but we need a lot for when you do a train station. Pick up some power cables. I'm also going to go and make some more chests for future train stations. I don't need to pick up any miners. Oh, I should pick up a stack of those. Or, sorry, smelters I don't need. Miners, I could go back and finish the coal thing. Actually, I'll probably do that between episodes. Is just put the miners on all the coal bits. Oh, it's a shadow. I thought there was something bad on this belt. Grenades were good on. Locomotives, we have, yeah, the one. There you go, stack of 5, that's going to be fine. Okay. Oh yeah, I didn't pick up the chem factories, that's true. I've done a speed run. I did the speed achievements. I haven't done actual just speed run, because, I mean, I love to watch them, but I'm not sure that's what I want to do with myself. Where's my, oh wait, my oil productions. Where's my oil stuff? Trains. Oh, over there. I think I have them marked on my map. Why is the science blue? Can be cheered up. Oh, terrible. I should pick up all 20 of these, because I think batteries need to be made inside of the chem plants. What I'll probably do is grab another one of these bad boys. Like this. My god, these things take so long to pick up. Well, enough space. Oh, I can't queue you. Interesting. Maybe because you'd already been placed, so you consider yourself differently now. That makes sense. Because it's got special logic where you can pick up an existing factory. Wait, you don't have power? Yeah, you do. Why are your lights on? Oh, because you're not connected there. Shut up. So yeah, there's no yellow blinky on the outside of these buildings. It'd be very easy for me to miss the fact that one of these is unpowered. Other than the fact that, like, oh, there's no outputs or something. Ooh. Okay, no, now it's showing the... Ah, interesting. So even though these guys aren't getting power, they're not blinking because they're in a power field. Yeah, just limitations of the mod. Okay. It's just important to know those gotchas so that you don't get sort of just screwed by them later on. So how do I make batteries? Oh, right, the batteries need sulfuric acid. Now, really, I do generally get, like, I sort of bust the liquids because, well, actually, I don't know if this is still the case, but when you get to the blue belts, you usually need, like, light oil, right, to make them work. So oftentimes, I do get a busing of liquids along my bus. So we could just buff sulfuric acid. Again, without that one mod, I don't know, like, offhand how many things need blah. Yeah, the lubricant for the gear, or the belts. So we could belt sulfuric acid over here and make the batteries in place. Alternatively, we get copper and iron plates out here and do it there. And maybe it's time to start, you know, thinking about doing that with a train. Get a station somewhere out here. So we've got, you know, we've got our oil processing. We'll make our sulfuric acid in place. Deliver copper and iron over there. It's very 6 of one, half a dozen. Either way, in my head, I'm seeing, like, you know, oh, this is going to be inconvenient in this aspect versus that aspect. I guess if our science factories are right next to each other, they'd be able to feed directly in a very smexy way. It's a little late now. But yeah, because they could go and just join up over there. Maybe next time. We're starting to do more and more things with these factories. What I should do maybe is grab one of these science packs as they come out. This one? I guess I can drop the X1 on the belt. There you go. And I can't just control drop it in here. It's special UI. You got to open it up and then put it in there. And there you go. Blue science. I could do barrels. But that seems like way too much work. Because then you got to produce the barrels, you got to pack stuff into them, and you got to unpack them. No. The sulfuric acid needs iron. The batteries need iron copper plates. I think we're going to do the batteries out over there. I think I like that better. What I might do for now is just run a line of iron and copper plates out there. Because just like with the stuff we're producing in that area, it's not really that far. And then later when we want to scale things up, and more importantly, it's when we have a rail-operated smelting station. Mostly when we get our solar power up and we get our electronic smelters. If we get to that point, we'll do that. But I think it's actually going to be way easier, much less headachy for us to just do this. And bring this out somewhere. And it's long for a transport belt, but it's short for a train ride. Either way feels kind of silly and wasteful. And we don't necessarily have the space for all the train stations to just, pick up and then drop off over there right now. Although I suppose we could have one train doing both in both directions, but then a little bottleneck and just be dumb. Unless we only do one car of each. But again, that sounds pretty dumb to me too. Mm-hmm. It's right length for long chain of inserters. Now that's the thinking I like. That's good, yeah. We'll just do a chain of inserters that pass thing one at a time. So first we have to produce... I guess we've got the sulfur, so we can now produce a sulfuric acid. Because we can just piggyback on this perfectly fine. It needs water for an intake, doesn't it? If I make sulfuric acid... Right, this one's always a little awkward. Because, like, you're sort of like, okay, I have a water pipe, and I have this, and it's like, wait, where does the output come from? So usually I end up doing, like, some sort of grab. Or input, rather, in this case. So I guess we can use, like, a long one. There you go, I can do it this way. Is that the simplest solution? I mean, it's certainly really easy to tile. I mean, we can do things with underground, we can do things with all kinds of stuff. Actually, let's unlock probably the advanced oil processing at this point. I mean, we'll have to set up cracking and everything, but that's not actually a problem. Or I might want to grab the research speed first, but... I don't know, I think I kind of like this. Now, I don't know what the throughput capacity of piping is. So I don't know if there's like a magic kind of number to look for. Did we... How's this cliff? We might not want to build it right here. Because it needs to go from here, which means it needs to grab... Not adjacently, but over here, right? Well, I guess like, the cliff is fine as long as I kind of end it here. Well, then this is going to go into some sort of bin. It doesn't need water both outputs, or both inputs, which is why you can make do. How quickly does it need to grab? Actually, that's a great question. 5 sulfur. Oh, it needs to pick up 5 sulfur per second? Oh, never mind. That is way too slow. Okay. Wait, seriously, 5 per second? Because a blue will pick up 4 per second, because it swings twice per second. Actually, does it swing like 2.4 times per second or something crazy like that? And picks up 2 at a time. Oh, but that's not going to work either, even if I do underground stuff, because it doesn't feed, right? If I do... I don't have any undergrounds on me. But yeah, if I have something that goes like this, that actually won't feed them in. Yeah. You can get myself the science speed. What layout do I usually use for this? I mean, I guess I can feed it from 2 reds, but that doesn't feel very good. I could leave gaps. Because then it becomes a lot easier to feed some of that in, but none of that feels good or right. Because if I have a gap, then I think I can do... Yeah. Something like this. And then I can do that just fine. Right, if they are squished together, that's true. Because then I can do that. And feed the water in that way. And it can be tiled just fine. That's probably the better way to arrange this. I think I like that. What are you... Oh yeah, it's just sulfur coming in there. We just set up a little leech from here. And with all the space around here, it makes it a lot easier to throw in some train station stuff later on. How are we spacing on the other side now, actually? Because I would actually just like to extend it this way, but I think now we're okay. Because the belt just has to be, yeah, one off, and then there's definitely enough room now. Okay, good. We're like, oh, do I have to do weird splitty things and various things like that, but this should be okay. So if we got you power... Oh! I forgot you need iron plates, too. Which is the whole reason we're running things. Is this going to be enough throughput? Okay, how often is... This cycles every second, right? Now, the iron plate's not the problem. It's the sulfur that's the problem. We can have... So if sulfur's on one side, we can throughput 30 per second, which means we can we can supply 6 of these with one side. That will produce a fair amount of sulfuric acid. And we can just have a little chunk, but like... But this group of 6 is the most we can feed with one side. Probably okay. No, 15 per second is on yellow. On a red, it's 30. 30 items per second, and that's per side. Okay, I think that's fine, but I think what we're going to do is we're going to set up... not here, but one off like that. And one off like that. And... yeah, I guess I can run you next to each other, that's fine. We'll set up 2 of these. It's 59 per side. I thought... I think it's 30 per side. Someone else weigh in here. Is it really per side? Total? Oh, yeah, it is per side. Did I just get confuzzled today, or did we make mistakes somewhere else in our design based on that? No, because here's 50... Yeah, no, we were... Oh, no, because here it's twice as long as it needs to be, because we're outputting as if we could put... Hey, whiskey and chocolate. So this plastic design that we did earlier, or Wednesday, or whenever we did this, this is outputting a total of 30 per second. This is a 2 per second. So I've got 15 per side, so it's trying to dump 30 per side, which is too much. And it's not blue belt ready, because blue belts don't double the throughput. They're just triple of the original. So it's 1 time, 2 time, 3 time. So this should be 8 long. And then technically there'll be a little bit of a bottleneck, because it's really should be 7.5 of these. Right? Yeah, side load halfway. Yeah, with these, yeah, that might just be the thing. Rip some of it. Merge them. It's a little tight to merge them. I mean, All it means is that there's some chemical plants sitting there doing nothing. It's not bad. There's just some chemical plants sitting there doing nothing. So we can just rip some of these out, and then we can parallelize it. So this now, hang on. Right, each one of these needs 5 per second. So does that mean with the red belt, if it's split, we can only do 3 of these? But I get, yeah, there's no room for a red in here. Because well, I can just stay on the double, that way I can run 6. And we can have this with our iron. But as is, there's no room for me to put... there is actually, if I weave some undergrounds. I mean, not actually a problem, right? If I do this, because the iron it gets picked up really slowly. Oh, that's super awkward. Well, I guess I can still do it with this one further away. It just gets even more awkward. I mean, we can just look up a blueprint, but I'm like, nah, surely we can come up with an aesthetically pleasing solution to this. This is not aesthetically pleasing. And no, I don't need... I think what may have done before is I may have done things on the other side. Because what I could do... is have the iron flow down here, the sulfur on the other side, and then still do some underground weaving for the emptying, right? Because they're all the same. So in a similar kind of way. Would be something like that, and then undergrounding to here, and doing that, and then so we've got a yellow here, pulling that. I actually don't know if the power would reach though. Well, unless I do more underground belting, which is probably the most compact format, right? You do a bunch of stuff like that, and then you can fit power in the middle. And then the other side, it's fine, because you just fit power on the outside, and that's okay. And that ends up being very compact. Just don't know if I like it. Yeah, I don't have to have 2 rows facing. We could just have one line. Although, yeah, I could just have a gap. Well, it doesn't, the other side doesn't really, I guess it does. I guess if I don't have on the other side, then I can just do this. And this. I'd still need another mirror setup afterwards. Or something. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter. It doesn't actually even have to be mirrored. That's true. I suppose I could just have, you know, another block that just runs like this. And I could add another block that just runs like this. I don't like the look of it, though. You know what I mean? And it's funny how much of Factorio is the aesthetic side. If a solution is not aesthetically pleasing, it's not a good solution. Yeah, it does not bring joy, exactly. Yeah, the other side could pull iron via red, but then it starts feeling really derpy. Put inside a factory so you don't have to look at it. Well, I mean, there is that. We're going to wrap it up here. I've gone 15 minutes over. Kiss for Luck is streaming, and I don't want to step on her stream, especially since my stream today was not supposed to be a thing. What is she streaming, actually? By the way, if you weren't here for the announcement well, earlier today or on Wednesday, tomorrow is going to be a programming stream. It'll probably be it'll be a brand new Unity tutorial. It'll probably be some of that, and then maybe some Factorio or, you know, whatever excites us at that time, because I don't know if I can do 4 hours of programming if it's not a lot in their weekend. Especially if I'm trying to do it tutorially style. It's one thing for me to just sit and, you know, slowly lose my mind programming, but it's another thing to do it sort of tutorially style. Oh, she's playing Crusader Kings. Yeah, we definitely want to go on a raid for that. I'll probably just end up looking at other people's blueprints for what they do with this, and try to find the one that's the most aesthetically pleasing out there. This one's, like, this isn't so bad. But we'll see. We'll see. Hey, robots. Actually, the sooner I unlock construction robots, the sooner I can organize my blueprints in the books and import and output stuff. So, we'll see. So yeah, tomorrow, Unity programming tutorial stream, followed probably with some Factorio and or some multiplayer of some kind. Maybe it should just be multiplayer Factorio. Maybe it should be a couple of hours of programming and then a couple of hours of multiplayer Factorio on USave. Maybe. The only thing is, when you're on an experimental version, it's a little bit more annoying to download the correct server version. There's an extra couple of steps to do it, and then keeping it updated is a pain in the ass as well. But maybe something like that. Chemical plants should probably not spark joy. Well, I don't know. Hey, Kristen, thank you very much for that. Also, no one, I missed that one. So, Kristen, first of all, why not run the water pipe on the outside of the belt and underground pipe directly into the acid processor? And I have done that before. You're right. And maybe that's all we need to do. Because I was never happy with it, but that is what I used to do. And maybe that is, you know, the better thing, is you end up with something kind of like that. It uses a lot of undergrounds, but there ain't nothing wrong with it. I was mostly hoping to find a solution that... I mean, I guess either way, you're going to end up doing a lot of undergrounds. Either you're weaving them awkwardly on the inside, or you do this. And this, I think if you look at every single other Factorio campaign I've run, I'm pretty sure I've done effectively this. I was just hoping there was something cooler. There might still be. I'll see what other people on the internet have done. No one, I missed your contribution. I also missed Fluffier. Oh my gosh. I missed all those. They both came at the same time, 9 minutes ago. I think I was just too lost in all this. Fluffier than thou, thank you very much. Love your content. Rarely catch a live stream. You inspired me to start streaming some of my RimWorld modding. Ooh! Oh, that's awesome. It's been great fun, so thanks on both accounts. I keep wanting to do some, like, modding programming stuff. It would mostly be me learning to mod. It was either, you know, I considered some RimWorld stuff. We like lots of the paradoxy things as well. Maybe one day. But that's awesome, Fluffier. And no one here! Missed the last couple of streams, been playing EU4, looking forward to a YouTube series soon. Myron Ostrom or Basilius, maybe. I really still want to do that Savoy run. I think single player Savoy is still what's going to happen in EU4. I thought I was going to be starting it this week, but this week has been kind of weird and wibbly with some of the timing, but we'll see. Okay, let's rate a Kiss for Luck, and I'm going to see you guys tomorrow for some programming and some sort of probably Factorio in some way. Thanks for watching, folks. See you next time. Bye-bye. Savoy to Mare Nostrum works. That's true, because as long as you got Italian culture, right? Yeah, we'll see. And rating.